Hi, I'm Hannah Reynolds from Cycling Weekly magazine. We're here at the People's Supermarket in Holborn, London, to set two riders a challenge. We want them to buy some food for their evening meal, their breakfast, for during their event and for a recovery snack afterwards. To help them analyse their choices afterwards, we have with us Emma Barraclough, Senior Nutritionist for Science and Sport, and we have two very willing volunteers who are going to share their supermarket baskets with you and with Emma for analysis. Our two riders, Nikki is preparing for a track omnium. That's a series of short races. She'll be able to eat and drink in between races but won't be eating on the bike. On the other hand, Phil is preparing for the Prudential Ride London 100. So he'll be on his bike for a good few hours and will need to fuel very, very well to get him through a long distance event like that. So butter, that's an interesting choice. It doesn't look like you've got anything to spread that on. How are you going to use it?
I'm going to mix it with the rice and make a pudding.
Wow, interesting choice.
It's my breakfast.
Good stuff. What are you choosing here?
Some mackerel.
Interesting. When are you going to eat that?
Afterwards.
Really?
Yeah, again, I find it's something you don't need to cook, you can just eat it straight away. You're always hungry afterwards, and I quite like it. So.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Excellent. So Emma, what have we got here? How did Nikki do?
Not too bad. There's some good sort of pieces as elements. There's a few choices that we might look to swap. So if we start with her choices for evening meal, she went for some macaroni and cheese. Obviously it's white pasta base, so it's going to be a high glycemic index carb, which really when you're carbohydrate loading the night before is what you want, as much as that's not typical good dietary advice. We always steer people towards low GI where we can. But for the night before, that's not a bad option. And just be a little bit careful with really high fat contents with cheese-based sauces with pasta. That just is going to slow down the transit of the food through the gut, and you don't really want any issues that might cause you a problem come race morning. So that's where I maybe would just look to put a tomato-based sauce.
A bit less cheese.
And then she's got some nuts and some dried fruit. So
good stuff.
Not bad at all, yeah. So she's got quite a special DIY rice pudding recipe
that she does. Yeah, I asked her about the butter. I was quite intrigued by that.
Yeah, so she takes, so we've got the white basmati rice, again, high GI carb, just what she wants to keep her glycogen stores topped up. And then she's mixing eggs and butter into that with the soy milk. That's going to give it quite a high fat and protein content again, which maybe isn't exactly what you want immediately before the race. So that's going to lower the GI of the rice and again slow down the transit of it through the gut. And really you want to be hitting the start with a lot of this digested.
How could Nikki change that?
Probably just use the butter or the eggs, use one or the other. You probably don't need both. And yeah, the soy milk's not a bad option. There's fairly low levels of protein and fat within soy milk.
Coffee?
Coffee, yeah, get you up and going in the morning. Obviously it's a mental stimulant as well. Alongside of this, we want them to be having at least sort of 500 mils of fluid that's actually going to help her hydration. Who during nutrition is interesting.
Okay.
So we've got a few different options here. So we've got bananas as an option. Bananas are okay, but they're mainly fructose is the carbohydrate source there. So during exercise, we still really want high GI carbs. So you've got fast release energy because you're burning through your stores quite quickly. Fructose can take about 90 minutes to be processed properly by the body, so it's then available to the muscles to use for energy. Then alongside it, we've got a load of sweets. She's got some licorice as an option as well. So where it's all glucose and fructose based, that's where you tend to get higher rates of gastric upset.
So she could be heading for a bit of stomach ache and a bit of discomfort.
Absolutely, yeah. So she needs to drink quite a lot of water to dilute that concentration. Something like our gels is based on a maltodextrin and isotonic formulas. That's going to go in much more easily, be absorbed a lot more quickly than these sort of options would do here.
Right then, Emma, how did Phil get on?
Okay, he's not had a bad start here at all. So for his evening meal the night before, we've got some chicken, some rice and some broccoli. So yeah, lean protein that's going to be digested quite easily, not a big issue there. High GI carb with the rice, again, should top up his glycogen stores nicely. Some green veg, never any harm in that either. So he's got some porridge oats here for breakfast, so decent carbohydrate source there, topped with blueberries and honey as well.
Top marks for breakfast and dinner so far.
Yeah.
And during the ride?
During the ride he's looking a bit lacking. If he's doing 100-mile sportive, he's going to need a bit more fuel than what we've got here.
It's a lot of bananas, isn't it?
A lot of bananas, absolutely.
Now he's got an after event snack as well to help his recovery.
Yeah, so his rice, he was saying, moves across here as well, so he's going to use some rice with his tinned mackerel and spinach for afterwards as well. With the mackerel, he's got some good protein in there, some healthy fats, obviously a lot of omega-3 fats within the mackerel as well, is a decent choice. So as a quick, convenient dinner, not a bad place to be at all. So ideally you should try and have something in that first half an hour after you finish. So that's why recovery drinks are so popular. So there you'll have some fast-release carbohydrates, protein, ideally some electrolytes and vitamins and minerals in there as well to give you that sort of complete replenishment of energy stores, supporting lean muscle mass, and then some bits supporting immune function and rehydration as well. If you can eat within that half an hour window, then great. If you've got a bit longer of a drive to then get back home or try and pick something up healthy on your way, that can be a little bit of an issue. So again, it's pre-planning is a lot of the key with that one. And then trying to hit your complete meal within a couple of hours, even if you've had a recovery product, it'd be a good thing to do. So again, back to just replenishing carbohydrate, proteins, a good dose of antioxidants with a nice range of vegetables, maybe some fruit for dessert, it'd be a good thing to do. But yeah, the guys didn't do too bad.
They've done all right.
They've done okay, yeah.